Hey, what's going on, man? What's going on?
Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up, King Rocco?
We're there, Puppy Wagwan.
Nah, man. I see you
Active
killing,
up and low.
killing the vibes. I see you killing the vibes out there. I love that. I love that, man. Shout out to all the people that's tapping in. Shout out to UVC Radio, Trinidad and Tobago, St. Lucia, Jamaica, the whole place. Shout out everybody. It's Mario Cheef.
That's what's up. Well, listen, we know you ain't no stranger to UVC. You're a family, you know what I'm saying? But
Yes.
I mean, first time we're actually rocking and stuff like that right here in the Friday Night Vibes. For people who don't know who is Mario Chief, where were you born?
All right. So Mario Cheef was born in Hartford, Connecticut, but I moved to Jamaica from I was a baby. I'm talking about like maybe like as little as you can fly, maybe like 4 months. I went to Jamaica and I lived in Jamaica and Florida until I was 12 years old. Then I came back up to Hartford, Connecticut, and
Recording
I've
in
been up here
progress.
since.
Cool, cool. Tell us a little about your childhood.
So it was a little crazy. Shout out my boy Fonz of that same time too, you know. It was a little crazy growing up because my father, shout out my father as well. His name is Artie Cuban, huge legendary reggae promoter.
Big up Cuban, same way.
All the artists, Beanie Man, Ninja Man, Capleton. Capleton is actually in the city tomorrow. Sean Paul, um, any one of them you want to name. I grew up around all of them. They all lived in my house. At a young age, I was around Ninja Man, Josie Wales, King Yellowman, just to name a few, and they kind of paved the way for how we do things today. Because I remember me, banging on pots, wearing a long chain, going around the house, banging on the pots, making beats. And my father, like, stop doing that. My grandmother be like, no, 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 leave him, let him do what he's doing. And 30 years later now, they got the big music mogul.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. What kind of kid were you? I mean, yes, you said. I mean, we all know you grew up in a music family and stuff. Like, you would say you were one of them kid like, nearly never used to listen to Daddy Cuban or to the mummy or to your mummy and stuff like that. You just
Well,
want to do your own thing.
it's funny. Like, all right, yes, we were boy, because I got a lot of brothers. I have at the time I only had two older sisters, but I grew up I have with a lot of brothers. So it's funny because me and my dad really didn't get into anything where he can say I was disrespectful until maybe I was like 20, 25. And this was like that's like 6, 7 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So I
Damn.
definitely grew up around. I had to have respect. I grew up in that type of time where in Jamaica, if your family, well, in the islands, if your family know the other family, and you go down the street and you give trouble, they could pop you and send you back home, and then you get another set of beating up there. So I grew up around a lot of respect, especially being around my grandmothers.
Right, right, right.
For a period of time, I was around my grandmothers and my aunties, and you can't play with the grandmothers and the aunties.
Yeah, definitely. So tell us, man, you were born in the United States, yeah? Your parents are West Indian, but the old
Yeah.
culture is different. So you moving from Hartford, Connecticut, now moving to Kingston, Jamaica. What was that transition like for you as a child?
Well, it was Montego Bay. I grew up in Montego Bay, so the transition, it was at the time. Tell you the truth, I don't think you really notice things as a kid because life is going by so fast, and you're just living. But when I think about it now, as a big man and as an artist that travels all the time, it was kind of hectic because I would leave school Friday. I would leave school on Fridays in Florida, and I would fly down to Jamaica. Sometimes we might just end up staying and enroll in school there for like maybe a year, and then sometimes we just go down for that Friday to Monday, put on our uniform, get on a flight to Florida, and then we get off the plane and go straight to school. So it was kind of hectic coming up. My parents always busy, my father always at shows, my mom always at work or at shows. So it was kind of hectic, but it was really nice because, like I said, you turn around in an airplane and you look back, you see like 20 to 30 artists that you on an airplane with, but it's not till you're older that it dawns on you and like, oh my God, I really come from somewhere that's really lit, because who can say that they've been on a plane with 30 artists at a time? Who can say that
Right. Interesting you say that. And, what I'm really trying to find out here right now. All right, the life of an artist. I mean, you got kids. I mean, you yourself right now, suppose you're a dad, and 24/7 you're on the road.
kids? I got
But you know what?
I got three boys and one girl.
All right, okay, right now, this is, all right, interested, you know what I'm saying? All right, you were once a kid yourself. You know the effect of, as you rightly said a while ago, I mean, yeah, your daddy most of the time, you always rocking a different show, different country, different state, or wherever it is. For you right now, as a father, how do you see it? Do you think that would have some form of effect? Literally, I mean, we all know you got to make money, and the entertainment business is all about, you always being on the road doing what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? As a
Hmm.
father, as the breadwinner. But you think, I mean, knowing where you come from and seeing where you're at right now, how do you see that in your own family life?
Well, I'm big on being a father because my father was being big on being a father to us, even though he was as busy as he was.
Absolutely.
Um, so what I try to do is I try to make the I try to take any time that I can get and spend it with my children, whether it's a phone call, it's a video call, whether it's taking them on a trip, because now it's Sunday will be their first time actually coming to one of my concerts and seeing their dad perform and all that. They usually look on
Wow,
the
that's
phone.
beautiful.
So I'm learning off of like I don't want to call it mistakes because like you said, you got to make the money, you got to make sure that we survive. So I'm learning off of my father mistakes into where it's like, all right, if it was about timing, I think a little bit more time could have been spent differently. But when you're a man of that stature and you're that busy, I understand because it's happening now, and I'm having to explain
It's,
to.
it's hard, yeah. It's kind of hard to even slow down sometime.
Yeah, so like me, I've learned that slow down. So I was actually before everything started to kick off the way it was kicking off about 2 years ago. I was actually working a nice job, big job. You know what I'm saying? And they had me flying, they had me going everywhere. But then the time with my children became a problem because my kids started to drift away a little bit more to their mothers. They want to be more around their mothers instead of being the
See
daddy
it,
boy
see
that
it.
they was growing. So as I said, as a father, it made me say, you know what, I need to slow down. So once I just said, you know what, I'm done with the flying. I'm gonna come back over to my family and be around my family. And then it's like God said, Joe, you did the right thing because all the blessings just started coming through right there and then.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right. You came up from you've been around artists, etc. And whatnot. Your dad is an entertainer, one of the biggest
Yes.
promoters in the world. All right.
And I'm also a producer, so
At
besides
what
my
point in
dad,
your life you consider to yourself, you know what? I want to do music. I, Mario Chief, want to do music.
I was young when I thought of that, but to take it serious, it was about I want to say that's a difficult question because I'm a man that's always working, no matter what. Like all my brothers do music as well. You know what I'm saying? But when it come to me, I never stop. So I actually sat in the engineering seat and I make beats and all of that too. I know how to write music and all of that. So I actually sat in the engineering seat for a while, working out of a big studio, working around a lot of big artists as well. So taking it serious, I've been taking it serious, but the artist side of it, it's been about 4 years now that I said, you know what? But I've always done music. It's just that I'm so ill and I'm so good at what I do behind that chair. A lot of people always be like, yo, I want you to mix. So sometimes it's hectic as well for me. Right now, because of the artist stuff that's happening, I can't run my studio the way I need to run it. But before, I recorded over 200 artists in my city. I'm the top engineer in my city. So
Beautiful. Wow.
so it's not a matter of that. When I took it serious, I always took it serious. It was just that when I had time for me, when I was gonna start thinking about me and putting out me, because most of the artists I recorded, I noticed like, yo, and I hate to say this because I respect every artist. Shout out,
Nah, straight, man. Go on, bro.
majority of the artists that was coming in the studio, and I seen that people were paying mind to them. So I started recording my own songs and letting those people hear it that I was working for, and they were mad excited. They're like, "Yo, you really are something." But at the same time, it was a pro and a con. The con side of it was they was gonna keep me in that chair for as long as they want to keep me in that chair because they don't want me
So
to shine their artists.
you start realizing that. But how difficult it is, as an engineer, as a guy that making a beat, basically to put. Well, I mean, them days people don't really use pen and paper. Everybody use a
Mm.
computer them days. But I
But
mean,
I don't.
how
But
difficult it is
I
for
don't write.
you?
Everything just comes off the head.
All right, great. But how difficult it is for you as an engineer now actually owning the microphone in your hands, performing and stuff like that?
It's not difficult. As I said, I've been. This first time I performed on the stage, I was 10 years old, and I haven't stopped performing on the stage since. So my brother was 8 years old at the time. I was 10. My older brother was 14. So we've been on this stage doing this for. And I'm talking about performing for governors, for mayors, for judges, prosecutors. Because my father knew a wide range of people, and we used to perform for a lot of older folks, and we would take our proceedings and we give it to charity for years.
Coming up in that musical family, I mean, having a father that kind of stature like Artie Cuban, what does that really mean to you, Mario Chief?
It means a lot to me because sometimes there's a big thing. all across the world, not just America. Fathers are absent. And then especially a father with that statue. Sometimes you don't get to see those people. I have a friend. Shout out my boy Oscar Black. His father is a big businessman, own a lot of businesses, a lot of buildings, but they hardly get to see him since they were younger. So I respect that, and I thank God every day that I have a father and a figure that I can look up to and say, you know what, I want to be like that, or probably better. So I cherish that every day just as much as I cherish my kids. And a lot of times he called me like, you know what, Mario, I'm glad out of all my kids. He loves all his kids, but he's like, I'm glad that you were born.
Certainly
You
do.
know what? If you was to ask anybody, they'll tell you my favorite person. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
We
Wow,
all
big
the time, but that's my favorite person.
Well, I think that's make the beauty of the family setup, isn't it?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's definitely beautiful, because like it's like that with me and him, So he's glad that at least one of us took the want to take on the business and all that. Shout out my sister Kiana. Don't get me wrong, my sister Kiana was big in the industry as well. She worked with Sobe Entertainment, Don Ortega down at Columbia Records
Wow.
to get us
Wow. Awesome, man.
there with them. So yeah, the whole family is inclined in a way,
Yeah, yeah. Big up yourself, Cuban. Big up yourself, Daddy. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Cuban.
Cuban, man.
You know,
Cuban the greatest.
yeah. Cuban is a guy that I always look up to. To be honest with you, I mean, the guy just full of knowledge. All right, yeah.
That's how I know you.
Yeah, absolutely. Cuban, definitely. I mean, you've been around UVC radio for quite some time as well. So, yeah, Cuban, definitely. I mean, he's been doing this thing out there, I mean, from since 1975. But likewise, I mean, a little birdie told me as well, too. One of the biggest hip hop icon in the U.S. history. Guys are blood as well. None other than the only one and only Notorious Big.
Oh yes, that's my family. That's my cousin. That is actually my father's first cousin. Blood family.
Man, Mario Cheef. Man, listen, let's take a moment back to come from such a rich musical background, and have family of such caliber. I'm sure you should be feeling proud.
Yes, I feel very proud. I feel very, very proud. Even when I go to family events, here goes a big one that you didn't know. My younger cousin, her name is Noveen Crumby. I want the whole world to look this up. Her name is Noveen.
Noveen Crumby, that's your relative.
Yes, that's my little cousin. That's my father's niece. She's the voice of
Wow.
Hollywood E. You're now listening to Hollywood E. You're now tapping in with the Kim Kardashians. That's
Wow.
my cousin voice. All the Music Choice Awards, she does it. She's with what's the big guy name? The big rock star Willie Nelson. Just brought her on stage the other day. So she used to work with Ellen DeGeneres. So like I said, my family is.
Oh damn! Wow!
Her top A&R down at Universal Records. So, like I said, God has been putting everything together and making everything happen. And then I met them for the first time in a long time the other day because I grew up with them, but I haven't seen my little cousin since I was a kid because she's into film since we were kids. They're big actors and all of that. So. So we crossed paths the other day, and she's proud of what I'm doing. They're actually going to be BET Awards with us.
We're gonna definitely get to that, but let's take a step back. Connecticut. A lot of time you hear New York, California, Atlanta, Miami, Connecticut. I mean, never really know like big superstars coming out of Connecticut. Until I actually met Cuban. I never actually knew Connecticut had so much West Indian music.
Have you ever heard of Jagged Edge?
Yeah, definitely.
I went to the same school that they went to. Jagged Edge is from Hartford, Connecticut. They're not from Atlanta.
Wow, I thought Jagged was actually born in Atlanta.
Saucy Santana, the LGBTQ guy. He's from Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Wow, I never knew that.
You got June Archer. They put out a song named Room Service back in the day. Went really big. They just opened up a school. I'm actually in their museum. They just put my name in their museum. So they're actually
beautiful.
Big stars that come out of Connecticut, not just artists. You have Triple H, the wrestler. You actually have WWE.
Yeah, I know Triple H.
Yeah, WWE is in Connecticut.
Wow.
Connecticut. The headquarters is here. So, and then when you say Connecticut, you say New York. When you say New York, you say Connecticut. It's like hand in hand.
And as they say in Connecticut, anybody in Connecticut tell you that they're broke. They gotta be crazy. They said Connecticut have only for money.
This the Constitution state, so I don't think they should be broke here.
Constitution state and insurance state.
Yeah, my boy Bill Black's when I said Connecticut and New York is like hand in hand because like I have a friend named Bill Black's big artist. He's a ravers too. He hangs out with Ding Dong a lot. He's actually he hangs a lot with the GS9 guys. He does that type of stuff and it's a lot of times he calls me. He's out there with Bobby Shmurda, so it's a big link between Connecticut and New York. If you ever heard of Max B?
Yeah, man, definitely I do. I do.
The guys that were pushing Max B, I worked for them in the big studio down here in Connecticut. They're from Connecticut. They're not from New York.
Oh, wow. Never knew that, man. Wow.
They got a place up here named New London. Melly Mel used to be out there, French Montana. Shout out my guy Messiah. He was the link when you hear Max B say, "I'm smoking on that good Connecticut Kush."
Yeah, man. Yeah. I know that. Wow. That's awesome, man. So Mario Cheef, I mean, we see you meddle with different sort of genre of music. You're into Afrobeat, you're into dancehall, you're into pop music.
Yes.
Which would be your song that you would say give Mario Cheef the biggest break, internationally known?
You say which one do you think is going to give me the break internationally?
No. Which one of your songs actually give you that international recognition? Mario Cheef as an artist, not as an engineer.
No, repeat that one more time. I couldn't hear what you were saying.
No, what I'm saying, which one of your songs actually give you that international break as an artist, not an engineer?
Okay, it was actually the song Guan Bud. Guan Bud, yeah. So when I did the song Guan Bud, the city shook. When I mean the city shook, everybody knew I did music and I did my thing, but they didn't know it was to that extent. And that, because a lot of people do music, and I think this is where a lot of people, it's difficult for us to get out there because you might have a person come to you and say, "Oh, I do music." Then you listen to it and it's like, this is not music, So I gave the people actual music. Nowadays, yes, there's music being put out, but I feel like there's no thought really been put into a lot of this music. It's not really being built the way it's supposed to be built to end up as a classic or to end up as a Grammy hitting song, So every song I record, I try to do it in that extent. I don't want anything to be nothing less than a hit.
Yeah, man, because when I listen to the music, I mean, it's just so smooth. I mean, the way you rock those beats, man, I mean, it's just so beautiful.
And like I said, it just come to me. Like, I'll just be sitting there and the melody will come for me. And it's just like that with my brothers, just like that with my shout out she's my artist and my son's mom. I just had another son. He's 2 months old. Shout out El Shade. Same thing for her, we just get to it when we need to get to it.
Yeah! Absolutely, big up yourself, Ashida. Definitely. Yeah, man. So, what are some of the top beats that you put out there before?
All right, so coming in as a beat maker when I was maybe like 15, I made a beat and I gave it over to Pampute. Well, I gave it over to somebody who was family with Pampute. Pampute handed over to somebody else and it ended up in somebody else's hand. You know how that go. And I never got any credit for it, but the gal may want to hold y'all, put me on right around y'all. I made the original. And
that beat with Egyptian, you actually make that beat?
Yeah, I made the original, and I never got credit for it. I never had copyright at the time. I actually have another project.
Damn.
With Luciano, a whole bunch of artists on it. It's called the Category 6 Rhythm. What else we got out there? I'm working I'm working hand in hand right now with the same song you just played. Everybody Fia Rock. My boy actually made that beat. His name is Wave Fusion. Shout out Wave Fusion. I need to let everybody know who he is. He's the guy he's making most of those beats, like Booping on Your Head and Man I Live Like Rasta. So when you hear country hype, and my boy Wave Fusion is basically family. Wave Fusion make the beats, he give it the country hype get the artists.
Wow. Yeah, beautiful.
You heard me first on it. You're going to hear Valiant, you're going to hear Craft, you're going to hear Intense, you're going to hear all the top artists on that same beat. Everybody here rap.
Wow. I like that beat, man. We're going to definitely get to that song shortly, but yeah, definitely it's a beautiful song. So, I mean, Mario Cheef, so for you as an artist, where are some of the places have you performed in the world?
Oh, all right. So I've been to South Bend, Indiana, where the governor actually brought me out on stage when I did a 5-day mini tour with my father, Cuban. I've been to Michigan. I've been to Rock Bend, Illinois, California, San Diego, Florida, New York, Arizona, just a couple places to name a few. I've been so many places, man. Been mad places, and now we're about to start venturing outside the country. Because when I used to it, back in the day when you could fly, you didn't need a passport. So today, you need a passport. So my passport will be coming in soon. And the first place we're going to be going, we're going to hit Jamaica. I'll be down there 2 months. We're definitely going to hit England, go see Fanzo Blacks, and we're going to Africa. And then we're going to hit everything else, St. Lucia, Trinidad, everywhere else.
Also, you're never performers yet outside of the United States?
Not yet. Soon. I had the dates, but guess what? The passport didn't come in. So doing business with people like that, they're not going to pay or they're not going to want you on the show if they know you can't travel yet.
Definitely.
Yeah. We had over 10, 15 days locked for England through Fanzo Blacks, and but we're gonna put it back together and revamp next year.
Yeah, definitely. So, which are some of the places in the world like you really, like you have this real big desire to go actually go and perform right now?
I want to hit all the islands. Like I said, I want to hit Jamaica, St. Lucia. I'm actually doing some big projects out of Mexico. Shout out Ja Fabio. He's on the Danger Zone Records. I know you heard of Danger Zone from Jamaica before. So
yeah, man. Yeah.
Definitely want to go. I want to go to Costa Rica. That's where one of my beat makers. He's actually out of Costa Rica, Jaricio. Reggae is very, very big in Costa Rica. I don't know if a lot of people know that, but
oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is what I'm saying. Reggae music, man. Listen to me. It is big. It is big out in Costa Rica.
Mm-hmm. No.
So Mario Cheef, you doing pop music. How do you really balance the different genre? Dancehall, pop. How do you really balance that?
See, I have an advantage. I know, and I think by being born here, and I'm like we're the first generation of my family to be born in America. None of my family is American. So I even have a Chinese brother. That's crazy. My mother's first son is Chinese, like Chinese. So being that I was born here, I feel like I can speak a little better than certain people from other countries. So that I think that kind of gives me the advantage that I can switch it if I need to switch it up. So if I need to go raw Jamaican, I can go raw Jamaican and people wouldn't be able to tell. If I needed to go just raw American, I can go raw American. Even if they wanted me to sound Trinidadian on one of the other islands, I could do it. One of my sons is actually half Trinidadian, So, yes.
All right.
Being that I can speak really well, I'm charismatic. I always had like top of the line grades in school, college classes. Always been like one of the best writers, stuff like that.
Right.
Those things play a key factor into how I can, dib and dab from different genres.
You can dabble into different genres. All right. You know what? Right now, before we continue this interview, let's get into a song right now from Mario Cheef.
Let's go. Yeah.
Hey. Yeah, people say Mario Cheef, I tell you.
Girl, you're pretty song.
Yeah, up top.
Hey, girl, you're pretty song. Make every girl a pretty. Hey. And every man that say you, them a free. Don't say hey. Girl, if me there with you, me never woulda let you.
Take that move by the put it up your phone. Yo, King Rocco, HD, Corey come.
Mario Cheef, I tell people check him out on YouTube.
That's cool on the beat.
Hey.
It's over the vibe to the Friday Night Vibes. King Rocco AG up in the building alongside Mario Cheef.
Girl, you're pretty song. Baby, me love you. Hey, girl, you're pretty song. Make every girl a pity you. And every man might say you them a pre. Doesn't be when
I tell you, you can rock to them kind of beat like that. You know what I'm saying? You can rock to it.
on your finger, marry you and marry you.
Turn up your radio right now. Turn it up.
Hey, girl, I know your style and I'm telling you what's all about. Baby, I could be your medicine. Take me like your antidote. Love you like that. Tell us I may love you and you say me love you back. When you left me, I may left you. Your body come back. I'm telling you the facts. Nobody else I gonna have your back. Who gonna love you like that? When you tell me say you love me, I may say me love you back. When you left me, I may left you. My body come back. Telling you the facts.
Mario Cheef, I telling people check him on the YouTube, check him on the Facebook and Instagram.
Being by yourself.
Big up the old Alpha Connecticut Massive right now. All of our listening right across the globe, whoever you are, wherever you are, tell us all about the vibes of the Friday Night Vibes. King Rocco HD, the place to be alive. UEC Radio. Outside Mario Cheef.
Yeah. But I'ma make it sing, yeah. Oh, yeah. But I'ma make it sing, yeah. I'll make it sing, yeah. I'll make it sing, yeah. And congratulations for the great ones, let's have a celebration. Let it go. I feel like I wanna fly today. She feel like she wanna ride the way. Let's have a toast for the champions. Hip hip hooray. Toast for the champions. Hip hip hooray. I feel like I wanna fly today. She feel like she wanna ride the way. Let's have a toast for the champions. Hip hip hooray. Toast for the champions. Hip hip hooray. Let's have a celebration when you feeling blue. Put your hands up cause we gonna accomplish something new. Yeah. Let the truth do what works for you. Multiply that one and turn it into two. This is celebration for every graduation. We do this for the great ones. I say congratulations.
I tell people he's versatile. I tell you people, from dancehall music to Afrobeat music to pop and rap music. Mario Cheef. Right out of Alpha, Connecticut. I tell you people, check him out.
Too sure to be making faces. Implement winning, then go get it for the end of races. Look in the mirror and you tell yourself that you're the greatest. Life ain't like syrup, it ain't always sweet, it's how you make it. When you don't get it, life is too short to be making faces. Implement winning, then go get it for the end of races. I feel like I wanna fly today. She feel like she wanna ride the way. Let's have a toast for the champions. Hip hip hooray. Toast for the champions. Hip hip hooray. I feel like I wanna fly today. She me around like she has something to hide.
Mario Cheef, I tell you people, check him out.
I think she wants her a clown, someone to take for a ride. I'm way too serious to be taken for a
stroll. Big tune. Mario Cheef up in the building.
I'm way too serious to be taken for a ride. And I know this.
Look him up on Instagram, people. Look him up on YouTube. Mario Cheef.
I'm way too serious to be taken for a fool. You fool me once, you fool me twice, ain't no redo. And as a man, I can't do the same with a loud mouth. You can't fight fire with fire. You're supposed to put it out. Hold up. You never had to look cause I was looking out. Walk in the house, what the look's about. Girl, put it down. The attitude stupid as fuck. And all the crooked smiles. We need trust, we need love. Cause we took the route. And we here now. Remember when I met you, told you you ain't gotta fear now.
Once again, I want to say a big shout out to our listeners down there in TNT.
How you do?
Antigua, Barbuda, locked in right now, Kingston, Jamaica. St. Lucia, locked in 18. Panama City, locked in right now. Houston, Texas, Miami, West Palm Beach, Florida. Big up yourself, bedroom bull.
This a letter for you.
Hartford, Connecticut, New York City, Brooklyn. Big up all our massive down in Flatbush, yeah?
She has something to hide.
All of our UK listeners. South Africa, good morning. Accra, Ghana. Yeah, big up yourself, Dr. Garish, down there in Deragun, India.
Someone to take for a ride.
This is the sound of Mario Cheef.
I'm way too serious to be taken for a stroll. I'm way too serious.
Yo, Cheef, talk to the people, man. Wow. Hop on loud. Yeah, Mario, tell us the mess behind these songs, man.
All right, so most of the majority of the songs I write, all of the songs, they have a truth behind it or a story. So like a lot of artists like to get in the studio and just create. I create depending on the mood, you know. So I have to be in a certain mood. If I'm gonna make a happy song, I'm gonna make a happy song. So those set of songs like when I say I'm too experienced to be taken for a stroll, I'm too experienced for someone to ride. It's just I like when I got the idea for that song, I just like the ideal of that. Like I said, the artists nowadays, I feel like they could spend a lot of more time creating because the artists back then, they were very creative, you know, and they were very clean with what they did, especially Beres Hammond. If you listen to Beres Hammond, most of his songs, he talk about girls. and he's talking, I feel good, or when he's talking about what's the other song? What can you do to stop a man from fighting?
Trying. Yeah.
Experiences that he's going through, so I feel like Barris is an artist like that too. Like he uses his life experiences and he does it by going on a track and he puts it into a track and he said, I'm gonna make a song out of it. So that's the same thing I do. So when you hear me say, "Girl, you're pretty, so make every girl happy to you, and every man will see you, them I pray that's to be with you. Girl, if me there with you, me never would have let you go. I put a ring on you, think of marrying you in Mexico." It's for real, like I'm in love. So I want this special female to know, like this is how I feel. So what better way than to put it in a track and make the whole world hear it?
All right, definitely. Big up yourself, Kelisha.
Those for the champions. I want to congratulate right now everybody graduating, everybody doing good, everybody that's proceeding in life, that's getting further, that's preying success, because that song is for that. That can be played at any wedding, any college football game, basketball.
It's a motivation song, you know what I'm saying?
Toast for Rocco HD because he's a champion, you know what I'm saying?
Yep. Hey!
Yeah.
All right, let's get into the next song from the Mario Cheef right now, people. Let's take a listen. Mario Cheef, I tell you, people.
And do a boss, girl. And do a boss, girl.
Up top.
Look on it.
Make up the one Malines Road Massive, them kicks in Jamaica.
I drive it. Yeah.
Well, King Rocco are the baddest DJ upon the
Me
planet.
love it when you
And
take your pretty face up and do a pose. When you wind up in a DVD, you're slow.
Wind up, hey! Wind up your body, ladies, wind up!
On your tongue, girl. Make your pretty face.
This is the man, King Mario Cheef for the Art for Connecticut.
You're slow when you bubble up in the mirror and go low. You a wine like you.
Bubble up for your man, ladies, bubble up for your man.
I go on bad, yeah.
Hey! Pull it up.
Pull it up to bump. Yo, King Rocco HD. Courage from West Palm Beach said that. Pull it up.
Mario Cheef, I tell you, people.
And do a boss, girl.
Ladies, Mr. Wind up on your man right now. Wind up on him, style him up. Mario Cheef, I tell you, people.
Me I drive it. Yeah.
Turn it up.
Turn up. When you wind up in a DVD, you're slow. When you bubble up in the mirror and go low. When you
it's over the vibe to the Friday night vibe, the place to be alive. UVC Radio, the son of bodies together. King Rocco HD, alongside King Mario Cheef.
When you bubble up in the mirror and go low, you a wine like you not no spine. Me tell her say she, I go on bad, yeah. I go on bad.
Hey.
I go on mad, yeah. I go on mad. When she bend and go low, I go on mad, yeah. I go on mad. When she tip on her toes, I go on bad, yeah. I go on bad. When she bend and go low, me let you know come and love to see the gal and bubble. And the song I go get every gal in a trouble.
Y'all can check him on YouTube, check him on the Instagram, people. Mario Cheef.
When them hear the sound, man, I juggle. Unruly vibes, just pull a tune and get a wine up. Stand for your back, we don't grab and make me twine up. When the song I play, every gal a line up. And I wine up, and I smile up. Me love it when you make your pretty face up and do a
Bonjour tout le monde, it's me, your girl Jonah representing. You are now tuned in with your number one station, UBC Radio, the sound that binds us together.
Make your pretty face up and do a pause when you wind up in the video.
Representing for your Rocco and the UBC Radio. You go to the tune of Rocco.
I go on bad, yeah. I go on bad. When she dip on her toes, I go on.
You can vibe, people. I tell you, you can vibe to music like this. You know what I mean? You can bubble up your body, ladies.
I go on mad.
I go on bad.
I go on bad. When she bend and go low, like you want take a back shot. shot, you fi stop chat, let me whop it up. They me love it when you one drop, girl. Post for the camera and make a one catch, make.
You want a photo shoot? Pose off. Pose off.
Unclap, girl. Your body clean and you fi get a one chop. Oh, you fi your tease, you know fi do the dan that. When you make your pretty.
We got snapshot it after, right? We got snapshot it.
DVD you slow when you bubble up in the mirror and cool on when you tick a tack and a tip on your tongue, girl. Make your pretty face up and do a pause when you wind up in the DVD you slow when you bubble up in the mirror and cool on. You a fine like you know no spine. Me tell her say she
turn up. Hey.
When she tip.
Whoa, boy, Mario. What inspired you getting all these hits, brother?
It's just dedication, man. Hard work, dedication. You know, that's the key to success. You got to stay consistent on things, and you know, try to change when the time is changing, according to quantum physics. You know.
Wow, beautiful. You know, one of the things, Mario, to be honest with you, you know, we need more music like that. Because when you listen to that song actually have like a little off from BET. You have a nice little dance. What the next 6 months look like for Mario for the next year or so? You have a little soca taste like to it
Sunday,
as well, to
Sunday's actually the
hip-hop
kickoff.
kind of
Sunday,
thing.
in,
Like
Worcester,
it's like a mixture of everything.
And from Worcester, Massachusetts, that's when we
got a
go
little bit
to
of everything
BET
in it, you know,
Award weekend
so
for the 22nd to the 26th.
Actually, like I said,
I leave California,
that song right there,
and
that's
I
the
go
Guanbot
to
song that I was talking about.
Florida.
That's the
for a
song
week
that
to be down
got
there with
everybody
Flavor McGregor
looking,
to
you
get all
know,
those
and then
projects done.
when they
Dexter
heard
Duff,
it, they was
Beanie
like, yo,
Man,
it's not
all
straight
those good
dancehall,
projects. Then we come back,
and it's not straight
for
this. We should
the
call
8th
it
of
like
July when I'll
dancehall
be in
pop.
Boston,
You know,
with
so
Richie Stevens and
we ran with
Navino.
that, and we got in front
The
of Sean
14th
Paul.
and 15th of July.
I did a
I'll be down
hour
in
set
Hartford
for
again
Sean Paul's
for
Scorcher
the
Tour
Dillon
2022.
Stadium.
They
Big
blessed me
concert.
to do an
The
hour set
16th,
there. I
I'm
did an
back
hour
in
set there and
Boston.
tore it up. Then in August,
And
it was like crazy feedback. Then I seen Sean
the
Paul
West
again
Indian
this
Parade,
year.
September
when he did his show at the
3rd,
casino. I didn't open up with that
Luciano,
shit.
That's what's up, man.
Tony Rebel.
Got us backstage.
September
Shout out my
16th,
cousin
we have
Nigel
another
Staff.
Fest.
He's
That's
actually
happening
the,
back in Boston
the
again. And then we
coordinator,
back in Hartford
and he
again
runs the
for
band.
September 23rd.
So he chooses the
for another
music
Rum
that Sean
Fest with
Paul's
Anthony
gonna
B.
perform,
So it's crazy
and he
so
lets
far.
the band rehearse it and all that. You'll see him. He has a
Wow,
band. He's up
the
there
schedule
with
tight, the schedule tight.
So,
So,
Yeah, really.
if anybody else,
cool.
if anybody else will
We spoke
definitely
to his
want to book
manager,
up Mario
Aaron.
Cheef, want to book his
Aaron let
stuff
me
like
know
that,
he'll
man,
speak
how
to
they can reach out to
Steve.
you?
So I spoke to Steve, and we got some
Yeah,
things
just
in the works
definitely hit
with
me up on my
Sean
email
Paul
and I can get him
actually
in contact with
coming
my
up.
manager,
We're just waiting for everybody to
Street
free
Boss,
up so we can
Mario
hold the
Cheef
correct meeting,
Music
and then
Group at
everybody go
gmail.com.
all the correct details, and we get to work.
Music
On top of
That's what's up.
gmail.com. Or just
I
hit
got
me
off
on
the
the
phone today with
Instagram
Flavor
at the
McGregor, the
official
great
Mario
Flavor
Cheef.
McGregor. He's
And,
responsible
I'll
for
get them
putting out a lot
connected
of
to my
songs
manager
with
and we can just
Queen
go from
Eye
there.
Freak,
Great.
Egyptian.
So,
If they're looking to get
He
studio
worked with so
done,
much artists
I do
that
mixing, I do mastering, all that.
the list goes on.
So I
But
also have a
today I got the
website
call
and all
from
that.
him that he'll be meeting me in California.
well,
and
definitely
he's
from
gonna let
what
me
I've
know
seen, I mean, the beats that I've heard,
what
I
time
mean,
he'll be there, so that
you
way
have
we can
made
meet
over
up
the
with
years and stuff
the great
like that.
Justin
Man,
Bieber
let me tell you
and
some big
Nicki
beats,
Minaj
you know what I'm
camp.
saying?
So we'll meet up with
where
he has
where person can find your
people
music?
together,
What's some
and we're
music
gonna get
platforms
as well.
apart from YouTube? Oh,
Every
people are in the
every
vibes,
music
Mario.
platform,
yeah, big up
iTunes,
yourself.
Deezer,
All the man has heard massive them down in Kingston,
Pandora,
Jamaica.
iHeart,
Our Trinity people them here, and the Guyanese
Spotify,
people, and
any one of the
the
major
St. Lucian
platforms you
people.
wanna go on. Just
Type
type
of
in
son
Mario
of Trinity. I got to
Google
big up
Mario
the Trinity them too, you know.
Yeah, boy, we got real big them up right now. Big up yourself, young Garvey Kingston, Jamaica. Up to you. All right. Yeah, you said iHeart, you say, Spotify, you got your music. Yeah. Cool.
My
People
4-year-old,
support
his son, his family is Trinidadian, so shout out the whole Trinidad family. A lot of my friends are St. Lucian.
Support the artist people, you know, some of us
Saint
we
Kitts,
like
Saint
people free,
Croix,
right?
Peanut, the real nut. They got a big
Smith,
artist buster
we
from
don't know
over
the
there.
music
You know,
people.
I talked to him a couple times, so shout him out too. I see him doing his thing. Peanut, the real
Mario
nut. I don't know
Chief,
if you've heard about him.
So, I mean, is anybody else you would like to pick up right at Mario Chief before we
He's
wrap it
from
up?
St. Croix, I think. But
Definitely, man.
that
I
whole
wanna
shout
the
out
name,
that
nah,
first,
never heard about
It's
him.
been amazing to me. Shout out my
Look him up
parents, them.
when you can, man. He's a real cool
shout out
dude
my-
too.
my
Young you.
son's
He
mom,
actually
El
raps
Shaddai,
though.
like I said,
He don't do
we're
no
gonna have
dance
one
hall, so
interview
he
next
has.
week.
Yeah, definitely next week Friday we get LCD up in the building.
Listening.
Listen, we
I wanna
can
shout out to
organize to get
everybody
Peanut the
listening.
real
Like I
nut
said,
here
Mr.
soon.
Davies,
We can organize
Richie
that.
Yeah, no, for real, he's dope.
Giving
He's
me
so
the great
dope. I'm gonna call him up, and
opportunity. People go
he's
check
probably a
that out
little
as
bigger
well.
now, but I'm
Born
gonna call him
Blessed.
up and see if he
My,
answers.
Richie Stevens
I'll let him know like
featuring
yo,
Mario
BBC
Chief,
wanna
1.3
do an interview
million
because he
views right
actually
now,
does.
down in-
Yeah, man, I saw that
over
tonight.
there.
Big song, man.
He does this thing where he
Thank
lets
you, man.
artists
Thank
get
you.
on his live, and he gives them a money. Whoever wins, they get like 20,000.
So before
or
we
something
leave
like that.
Mario
So the
Chief,
kid
I
is
mean,
lit.
any
You know,
upcoming
that's the real
artist,
deal,
any
man.
young
Right
youth.
now.
All right, listen, man. We can organize an interview.
What would be your
definitely
best
with Peanut
advice
the
to
real
any
nut. All
youth?
right. So Mario
want to
Chief,
get into this business.
we know
because we all know this business.
I understood that
so
you know
pretty
you be down
as some
in
of us
Cali.
were trying to make it
Let's
seem. You know what I'm
tell the
saying? You have a
listeners
lot
what's
of
the
ups and
movement
downs.
Yeah.
A
down
lot
there
of
in Cali,
back
man.
and
What you
forth.
want to do out there?
What would you say to that young
All right, so
cat
this is my
that wanna
second
get up
time
into
being
this business?
selected. Last year I was selected to come to the BET
So,
Experience /
if you ain't
Awards,
consistent,
and
you're
I
gonna
sat
find
in and met
yourself
who I was
spending a
supposed to
lot of
meet,
money
and
that you
then
don't have to spend,
from
and
there,
there's not a lot
by
of
me
money
doing
out
all the
there
shows,
in
it got
people's
me
pockets,
a
like,
second
you know what I'm
round to
saying?
be
So,
there. So
the
this
best
time
thing to
they
do is
allowed
stay consistent.
us to
Stay
get
wanting to know.
5
Yeah,
people,
knowledge is
5
key.
people to come with me. So I'll be the headliner, and then I have my
It's
my
key. You
4
gotta
other
make sure
artists
images
that'll
up
be
too, you know
traveling
what
with me
I'm
as well.
saying?
That's
And
going to be doing their thing,
is
and
one. You don't gotta make 100
basically it's
songs.
the top
All it takes
A&Rs
is
there, the
one.
top executives,
You know,
the top
so
bloggers and
get the people
vloggers
them to
who write
focus
for
on one
BET.
instead of having to focus
Shout
on
out
a
Mr.
million
David
projects. Most of the
Sherwood
projects
from
you
out of
played
Africa. He
tonight
made everything
are
possible and
a
made it
surprise
happen.
and a gift
And
to the
I'm
people
so
because
very
they're
grateful for that.
unreleased.
Mr.
But
William
then
and Mr.
songs
Miss
like One
Diane
Bite,
from out of
they're gonna
Power
be able to
Radio
find, you know.
Nation.
So
They're the
when you got
ones
a
who
little
put
taste in
together
their
the
mouth now, I
BET
know they want to find it.
Experience.
So I'm gonna go
They're
ahead and
signed
have
by
the
Taylor
label or
Swift
have my manager
through an
who wanna release
iHeartRadio
them.
deal. So what
But you play
happens
them
is
first.
BET Awards happens, and then when that happens, all the top
Well said.
artists and the top
Mario,
agencies,
it's
they
definitely
get
been a pleasure. I
access
know
to
it's kind
BET,
of like
right?
late
And when they get
and
that
stuff
access,
like that, but you
the
know
whole
what?
block where
Definitely
BET is going to
apologize
be
to
at,
Rocky Salon, but let me tell you something right now. When you that
venue
vibe, you know what I'm
to
saying?
do their event.
You got to put it out there, you know what I mean? You got to put it out there.
And that's how
you know, big
all
up
this
Cuba
comes
once
together.
again. And big up the whole network.
We'll be
big up
there
El
the
Shaddai as well.
24th
To definitely going to have on the vibes next week,
the
Friday Night
performance
Vibes.
to
And
come
Mario
shut it
Chief,
down,
blessed
and
love
also
to you,
we'll
my
be down
brother.
at the awards
Stay
too,
positive,
to
stay focused.
network
Big up
and meet
UBC.
and
Beautiful.
like I said, Flavor McGregor,
my
breaking
breaking interviews,
that
made
he's
people
the man that
start
can get us to talk to
really
him.
looking, you know. So shout you
All
out.
right, I mean, we know you raised a
Shout
family,
out
you've been
Fonzo
doing your
Blacks,
thing
my guy,
as
you
well.
know.
But I mean, big up Fonzo Black, definitely, Mr. Black. Big up yourself in the UK right now. You know what I mean? Definitely.
It was
All the
very
places, Trinidad,
exciting.
everybody that
It
tapped in
was a
tonight.
life
Big them up,
changing
big them
experience
up.
because soon as I walked
Straight
in,
up top. So
you know, you're
once again,
greeted-
Mario Chief,
you're greeted
appreciate you, brother. Blessed love.
amazing.
And you know what?
Even by
This is
the
not the
stars. I
last.
met Lamar
We're gonna
Odom,
definitely keep
Wack
pushing
100.
and keep up
I
to date.
seen,
Let the listeners
shout out
see,
New York again. I seen
Mario Chief
Rowdy
progress,
Rebel
some
out
of the
there.
stuff that you are doing and
Mayweather had
stuff
the
like
whole
that. You know
top
what I
floor
mean?
rented
So
out.
next week
I see a
Friday,
lot of movie
we're gonna
stars,
definitely
and it's
we're gonna
really
definitely
great
link up out to
you get the
California
chance
next week.
to
All
be
right?
around
Blessed love to you, my brother.
these
Peace.
great stature
blessed love.
people, and it's like it's a normal environment. Nobody's acting bougie. Nobody's acting like they're too big of a
Straight.
everybody is networking and being friendly and all that. You know, so it's definitely an experience that I love, and I'm glad that it happened. And we're gonna open an opportunity for a lot of other artists, which we are doing already, and we're gonna give these people opportunities to
Beautiful,
also
beautiful.
get on these platforms and express themselves in their music, you know, and get them out there the right way.
I remember sometime last year. You said you was in Snooki office, right? It's in the studio last year in Cali.
Yeah, shout out Quace. His name is Stan Quace Harris. I was out there with Snoop Dogg's producer. We actually spent like about 7 hours in the studio just chopping it up. He told me childhood stories about him when he was younger. I told him some things about me. I put him on the phone with the great Richie Stevens. They chopped it up. Richie Stevens was very grateful for that as well, as big as he is.
Wow, amazing, man.
I let him know we're coming back over as well. So when we get there, the first place I'm going is to Snoop Dogg's producer studio. You know.
Beautiful, 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 beautiful. All right, let's get into this last song before we wrap up this interview.
Everybody fear rock. Everybody fear rock. Everybody fear. Everybody fear. Badness.
Mario Chief.
My scale pack up 2 fish, 2 brick. Bad gala cock up like says she want it. Gold pan the watch and a stainless. Margella me car, na tell it bad kicks. Track 2, what a hot show me like it. Boss me boss it. Me no frightened, they not like me. Well avoid me.
Everybody fear rock. Everybody do a rock. Everybody fear rock.
Yeah. Everybody fear shake off a bad mind. Them don't stop and rock.
Everybody do a rock.
Yeah, people check him out on Instagram, check him out on YouTube, Mario Chief.
Everybody fear shake off a bad mind. Them down.
Yeah, on the offer Connecticut.
Bounce.
Shake up a body left right, let me call.
Bounce.
Take a time.
He's on with the vibes of the Friday Night Vibe. King Rocco, AG, the place to be alive. UBC, Rage, the Son of Bandits, to get alongside Mario Chief.
Bounce.
Bounce. Hey, 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 hey.
Cheers and whips when the fumble of work on, just a careless. Gucci me down when I shop a beer list. If I party, we need liquor by the cases. Pick up piece of 10, let me see your braces. Smile for the camera, I let me see your braces. Hey, everybody do a rock.
Hey, hey, hey. Mario Cheef, I tell you people all the way from Hartford, Connecticut.
Rock. Everybody do a rock.
Check him on the Facebook and Instagram.
Everybody
check his music on the YouTube, alright?
Them don't stop, my girl, just bounce, bounce,
bounce,
bounce, bounce, bounce. Take a time, make a smile and pause, my girl. Bounce.
Yeah. We say Kelly, you say fire. Mario Cheef.
You got the body of a goddess, to be honest. I'm telling you that you blow my mind.
You talking Rocco. That tune that too bad, you can't play it one time. Pull it up to bump. Yo, King Rocco.
You got the body of a goddess, to be honest. I'm telling you that you blow my mind.
King Rocco, the baddest DJ on the planet. And you're tuning into the Friday Night Vibes.
I mean, no enough man, I take step by your body.
They don't know keeping it real and righteous, you know. Mikey John, big up the one and only King Rocco HD. You don't know, you're the best in reggae music. That's a fire blaze.
When I gave you my number.
Mario Cheef, I tell the people, check him out on the Facebook and Instagram and YouTube.
I wanted you, now you're the only girl I adore. Yeah, for the day that I found you, I know you for sure. I'm trying to spend the rest of my life with you. I'm not gonna pretend like I'm not in love with you. She wanna be best of friends and I wanted to. Yes, I wanted to be best of friends.
Yo, Mario Cheef. Wow. Man, apart from BET, what do the next 6 months look like for Mario Cheef for the next year or so?
Yeah, so Sunday is actually the kickoff. Sunday we in Worcester, Massachusetts. And from Worcester, Massachusetts, that's when we go to BET Award weekend for the 22nd to the 26th. I leave California and I go to Florida for a week to be down there with Flavor McGregor to get all those projects done. Dexter Dobbs, Beanie Man, all those good projects. Then we come back for the 8th of July when I'll be in Boston with Richie Stevens and Navino. The 14th and 15th of July, I'll be down in Hartford again for the Dillon Stadium big concert. The 16th, I'm back in Boston. Then in August, I have the parade, the West Indian Parade. September 3rd, Luciano, Yaxta, Tony Rebel. September 16th, we have another Rum Fest that's happening back in Boston again. And then we back in Hartford again for September 23rd for another Rum Fest with Anthony B. So it's crazy so far.
Wow, the schedule tight. So
yeah, really.
If anybody out there will definitely want to book up Mario Cheef, want to book you and stuff like that, man, how they can reach out to you?
Yeah, just definitely hit me up by my email and I can get them in contact with my manager, Street Boss, Mario Cheef Music Group at gmail.com, MARIOCHEEF Music Group at gmail.com, or just hit me on Instagram at the official Mario Cheef, and I'll get them connected to my manager and we can just go from there.
Great. So
if they're looking to get studio work done, I do mixing, I do mastering, all that. I offer some big services, so I also have a website and all that. So.
Well, definitely, from what I've seen, I mean, the beats that I've heard, I mean, you have made over the years and stuff like that, man, let me tell you something, big beats, you know what I'm saying? So, where person can find your music? What sort of music platform, apart from YouTube?
Every music platform, iTunes, Deezer, Pandora, iHeart, Spotify, any one of the major platforms you want to go on, just type in Mario Cheef, Google Mario Cheef.
Right. Yeah, big up yourself, Young Garvey, Kingston, Jamaica, locked in. All right. Yeah, you say iHeart, you say Spotify, you got your music on as well, too, all right? Cool.
iTunes,
People support
iTunes, Apple Music, Google Play, Amazon Music.
Support the artist, people. You know, some of us we like things for free, right?
Yeah.
Pay for download the music, people.
Mario Cheef, Cheef.
Mario Cheef, great, great, great. So, I mean, is anybody out there you would like to pick up right Mario Cheef before we wrap it up?
Definitely, man. I want to shout out God first, you know, because he's been amazing to me. Shout out my parents, them. I want to shout out my son's mom, El Shaddai. Like I said, you're gonna have on an interview next week.
Yeah, definitely next week Friday we get El Shaddai up in the building.
Who's listening? I want to shout out to everybody listening. Like I said, Mr. Davies, Richie Stevens for giving me the great opportunity. People go check that out as well. Born Blessed. Richie Stevens featuring Mario Cheef, 1.3 million views right now and counting.
Yeah, man, I saw that tonight. Big song, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
So before we leave Mario Cheef, I mean, any upcoming artists, any young youth may not be so educated in the business. What would be your best advice to any youth who want to get into this business? Because we all know this business ain't so pretty as some of us were trying to make it seem. You know what I'm saying? You have a lot of ups and downs, a lot of back and forth.
Oh, yeah.
What would you say to that young cat that want to get up into this business?
So if you ain't consistent, you're gonna find yourself spending a lot of money that you don't have to spend, and there's not a lot of money out there in people's pockets like that. You know what I'm saying? So the best thing to do is stay consistent and stay wanting to know. Meaning knowledge is key. It's key. You gotta make sure your image is up too. You know what I'm saying? And all it takes is one. You don't gotta make 100 songs. All it takes is one. You know? So get the people them to focus on one instead of having to focus on a million projects. Most of the projects you play tonight are a surprise and a gift to the people because they're unreleased. But then songs like Wanbad, they're gonna be able to find, you know. So they got a little taste in their mouth now. I know they want to find it, so I'm gonna go ahead and have the label or have my manager. We're gonna release them, but you play them first.
Beautiful. Well said. Mario, it's definitely been a pleasure. I know it's kind of like late and stuff like that, but you know what? Definitely apologize to Rocky so long. But let me tell you something right now. When you're in that vibe, you know what I'm saying? You got to put it out there, you know what I mean? You got to put it out there. And, you know, big up Cuban once again. And big up the whole network. Big up El Shaddai as well. They're definitely going to have on the vibes next week, Friday Night Vibes. And Mario Cheef, blessed love to you, my brother. Stay positive, stay focused, and keep.
Oh man, big up UVC. UVC says y'all gave me one of my breaking interviews. You know that made people start really looking. You know, so shout you out, Rocco. Shout out the whole UVC. Shout out Fonzo Blacks, my guy. You know.
Big up Fonzo Black, definitely, Mr. Black. Big up yourself in the UK right now. You know what I mean? Yeah, definitely.
All the places, Trinidad, everybody that tapped in tonight, big them up.
Straight up top. So once again, Mario Cheef, appreciate you, brother. Blessed love. And you know what? Listen, this is not the last. We're gonna definitely keep pushing and keep up to date. Let the listeners see Mario Cheef progress, some of the stuff that you are doing and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So next week Friday, we're gonna definitely link up out of California next week. All right? Blessed love to you, my brother.
That's gonna be
peace.
That's gonna be, yeah, blessed love.